Hey guys, and welcome to part 9 of the Resident Evil 2 Remake playthrough. We're gonna finish off Claire's scenario.
Yay, after this it'll be my time in the sun.
Researcher's diary. After the G embryo was implanted in the subject, we made a 50cm incision from the chest to the unboning and began our observations. The subject consciousness level was kept between 15 GCAs is 10 to 10. Don't know what the fuck that means.
Science things.
The G virus was administered to subject 501. 501 mutated into a G form and was introduced to a group of 30 test subjects. This is them taking random people from the city and using them as experiments for the G virus.
Remember, Jacksepticeye thought that meant the numbers at the top there, thought it was 628,639 subjects. But suddenly when you got through it and they talked about the 270, it was like, oh.
No, go back. Go for the items in the back area.
I'm getting the antivirus here first. Be mindful that the pendant that Sherry had was the key to unlock the virus and the antidote.
Oh, it's even funnier when we get to this part as Leon, actually.
Hi, it's just there.
Got it.
That's the antivirus now to get back to Sherry.
Well, I did see there was at least one other container there, so maybe it's supposed to say that Claire's already been there by that point.
Maybe.
Gotta get back to Sherry.
But they never clarified that.
Now, if you're going for your S plus rank on hardcore, this is where you want to put at least one of your saves, because the next fight,
It changes. It depends if you know the pattern.
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Take a G plus R out and combine it with the blue.
Right. Okay. Just be patient, man. This is my inventory management. You worry about yourself.
Yeah, I'm expecting a masterclass in
Green
scenario
plus
runs from
red.
you
Green
then.
plus red. Take it out, combine it with the blue.
Now, imagine when you get to here, you'll be switching to the Matilda because at this point
We'll see.
Like if I was Leon and I got all the upgrades, if I was playing Leon A, I would use the Matilda because of the free round burst. That it comes with. At this point, I'm just trying to get as much acid rounds as I possibly can because I know the boss is stunned by acid. Yeah, you can only hold 10 acid rounds per slot, or any type of round. And again, like I mentioned before, in the original, you can hold infinite amount of grenades in the grenade launcher of one type. Here you can only fire one.
Change that. That's annoying.
Yes, Mr. Carr, that is what I'm doing.
You should have shut the window, you loser. No, I still think the funniest was Resident Evil 4.
The one, I think they'll be a bit confused if they can't hear that on the recording.
Yeah, just for context, in case you didn't hear it, there was a car like taking off in the background outside.
Aye, we gotta give the audience context.
Yeah, well, otherwise they're saying it's like, is Andrew okay? He's talking to a car.
No,
car.
no.
What?
That's the joke.
Oh, you didn't go back for the last hit pouch?
That's locked behind the signal modulator.
Yeah, you could have gone back for it actually.
No, I wanted an added challenge.
You're a dumbass.
I wanted an added challenge.
Like you guys remember where Andrew got the first upgrade for the electronic chip, where there was an arm stuck out of a metal shutter. That's where you go back to use the signal modulator on that area, and you'll find the last hit pouch.
Aye, but
For all the shit you give Andrew, your run through with Leon B better be fucking flawless.
Oh,
you better not take a single damage. Here he is. G.
he's still in G2.
Yeah, he's G2 now. I have to say his last few stages transform really quickly compared to like the state between 1, 2, and 3.
Now, Mike, I'm guessing that happens because the G-Virus is getting even more unstable.
Do you know what? That would be some shit if the weapon that Annette's using right now was a self-defense gun from the remake.
Oh, wait till you guys see what I use that on. It's gonna be great because I have Chris's scenario ready for the channel for when we get to it.
That was my husband.
That's the first general audience's reaction.
You married that thing?
Now, I love T.G. Rotol's voice portrayal here.
She is my creation!
Love that. You do realise that, when it causing you pain, you realise you're fucked up.
At this point, he only cares about taking them out. After that, he doesn't give a fuck. But by that point, he's already succumbed to the effects of the virus.
I think it's one of the files mentioned that the original idea for the G-Virus was to regenerate human cells.
Yeah, so that they would be able to create super soldiers who could regenerate their wounds.
And with there being regeneration, she's saying, "Oh, she should have killed him when she had the chance." If the G-Virus can regenerate, I don't know if that would have done anything.
It's funny. It's always like trying to create superhumans and then they create all these other
monsters.
Crazy monsters.
Oh no! It's alive! No, was it now? We'll see it later. But Leon's even when Annette's trying to say, "I did not want to stab him," Leon's like,
"Spin it any way you want. You're still responsible."
Yeah. Which is true, to be fair.
Isn't there a bit of inconsistency regarding Annette showing up here actually because of the scenarios in this?
I think it's because they still failed to do with that whole zapping mechanic. And here's G3.
I think this design looks amazing. Although it doesn't look quite as armorish as he did in the original.
Now, if you're wondering where William's face is now, it's now down on the left side of the ribcage.
Oh, good.
Are you serious?
Yes, you can actually view it in the character models. That's where his face is now. Literally down there. I know the audience can't see it.
This is amazing. Claire's a badass here.
Yeah, it says. Compared to Leon.
Don't stop until it's finished.
Oh man, this track. I've not heard the remake version of this track. This is amazing.
Now, as you can tell, weak spot, eyeballs.
Who'd have guessed?
Now, if you have the original OST enabled here, you get the best boss theme from the original game here.
But the remake soundtrack run is also good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why it's gonna
That
be tough at
happens to me
times.
too, by the way. We got something in common. We are run-throughs.
But what is good is that later on in this fight, he'll actually try to pick up those canisters and throw them at you. But if you stun them or fire a grenade, I believe they fall on him and cause bonus damage.
Yeah. There was an amazing gif you retweeted on Twitter where he like picks up the door and tries to crush her with it, and she runs just out of range.
Yeah. Now you see there, I destroyed the eyeball. Now he's stunned.
That's the hardest one to destroy, the one on the back.
And there goes my high-powered, high-powered round.
You should have reloaded the high-powered round beforehand.
No, that was the one. That was the one I fired. That was my last bullet.
There should be at least 2 or 3 because there is at least 2 magnum ammo here for Leon.
There's still plenty of. I've still got plenty of acid rounds that I can use to stun him, because the acid rounds do stun him, but they do a little bit of damage, so they do count. I would say the eyeball that's the trickiest is the one on his back.
Does he do that jump attack on you?
Yes, he does.
By the way, do not let him land directly on top of you with that, because if he does...
But this attack is the most predictable, because you can see here he's leaving himself open.
Yeah, we'll see it soon, but he has an attack where he crouches down and then leaps up high into the air. If he lands directly on top of you, it initiates a grab attack. If you do not have a sub-weapon, you are dead. He basically like crushes you with his feet and impales you and just completely fucks you up.
May I remind you again that William's head is on the lower left side of the ribcage.
I bet he's having a fun time.
That right there. Just run forwards to avoid that.
Yeah.
If he lands on you with that and you don't have a sub-weapon, too bad, so sad. You're dead.
Also, notice how the eyeballs are changing colour.
Yeah, does that indicate more that
You're actually defeating the boss.
Now there are 2 phases to this fight. Once you've done enough damage to him, the eyeballs that Andrew had to expose earlier will just straight up be out in the open on his chest, so you can hit him anytime you want.
That's when he's in his pinch mode, so to speak. But his pinch mode, he actually tries to bring that elevator door down to you.
Yeah. William Birkin activating second chance. Can you imagine that in Call of Duty? You see William Birkin just activate second chance.
The only thing I wish about my standard pistol is that I wish I had more than 5 rounds.
I'm glad it's not a quick draw army.
Oh yeah, true.
You're
Because
stuck with that atrocious reload speed.
I was at like 7 seconds.
Yeah. And all the regular handgun ammo is gone in the beast now.
You'll have an easier time with that.
Yeah, because the M19 I think does a lot more damage than the Tilda.
But it has as much bullets as you would expect a pistol to have. Now this is what happens if you fail. You get hit by that. How you don't get squashed, I have no idea.
By the way, make sure you don't get caught in the... If he throws one of the giant gas canisters at you and it explodes right next to you, it will unleash a huge wave of flames on the ground. If you stay in the flames for too long, you will instantly die. Because that can also happen right before the initial fight with him earlier in G2. Like, if you stay in the flames too long in the corner, you'd instantly die.
So I think it's safe to assume that the G-Virus inside William is just pretty much taking over his consciousness at this point.
No, it's just... I would say it's like adapting to ensure its own survival at this point.
That's what I mean. Like, remember in G1 where it was like a battle between two egos? Where when the eyes close, William's trying to get away from you?
Yeah, I think what I'm just saying was, William has gone bye-bye.
That thing's no longer William anymore.
That reminds me of Ghostbusters. Ray has gone bye-bye, Egon. What have you got?
Now, you gotta give me credits for that. I did that with 2 item slots less. Like I said.
Yeah, now do it on hardcore, where there's at least 15 less item slots. Because free... No, wait, 2, 4... 6 less item slots.
No, that so just like Luigi. I wanted an added challenge.
At this point, I actually have beaten both campaigns on hardcore, and I have gotten the plat for the game.
Gotta get back to Sherry.
Okay, we gotta go back to Sherry, but before we do that, to make Steven, this prick, happy, we're gonna go get the last item patch.
Oh,
you kept moaning about
now
it.
you go back for it.
Yes. Sherry can
no
wait.
longer fucking matters.
Aye. Oh, Sherry that infectable? Ah, she can wait.
And Claire was criticising.
No, you get back there and the net's already.
No,
died.
she says that thus started her behaviour with kids in Revelations 2. And that's it. That's the last uses of the modulator.
Yeah. So now you can put it on the floor where it belongs.
Put it on the floor and stomp on it.
Yeah, that's what we'll have to do at the hook shot and
But even in the Umbrella Core lab, it's still RPG
By the way,
pouches.
By the way, here's Dr. Lee.
Wait, what? You shot him in the head with a high-powered round and he survives?
The zombie's ruthless. And I got cut off. We had to be friendly for the kids at that point.
Yeah, everything else is fine. No, that one particular shot was just that gruesome. We had to censor it.
So this is basically Dr. Lee's last words before he died in his bed.
You say that, but the Japanese version of the original Resident Evil 2, whenever the death scene started, like right before the worst part happens, like when the monster kills you and blood splatters the screen, it blacks out.
And Sherry's been saved.
Because the death animations in the original game are fucking insane.
Hey.
Wow, Claire, you look so polygon.
Claire, you look normal again.
Yeah, you look so HD now.
Annette's more friendly in the Claire scenario than the Leon scenario.
Yeah.
How are you? Okay. But you don't look so good.
Duh, I'm dying.
I don't feel so good.
Mommy? Hey. Look at the screen.
Karen does such a great job with us.
Yeah, she does. Almost, it makes you almost feel emotional for Annette.
Karen Strassman is an international treasure, and we should cherish her. She's so good at what she does.
Now, this is technically a lie because she's cured of the G-Virus, but it's still inside her body. Thus, when you get to Resident Evil 6, she can now re-heal herself.
Her body has developed antibodies, essentially.
Just like the virus adapted into her bodies, but she can't mutate.
Just like Jill did in 5.
She was attacked by monsters. Don't worry about me.
I was not Mother of the Year to you, sweetheart.
Now, in the original game, I think it depends on the scenario. She's either killed by Birkin or crushed by falling rubble, I believe.
Aye.
I'm sorry, Sherry,
You are now fully authorized.
for everything.
Like, the emotion that goes into that is brilliant.
Yeah, Karen's great.
We can't just leave her here. You're right, we can't.
I'm sorry, I can't help but see Lara Croft in that, in Claire's default
That's
outfit.
probably exactly what they were going
And that must be Leon.
Because this came out right after Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I believe. Not too long
To
after.
answer your question there, Sean, no, that was not Leon, that was Umbrella. That's what they do. That's what Umbrella does. They build a facility, they study a virus, if anything goes through a bar, blow up.
No, wait, is it not Leon that took the G-Virus just there?
No, again,
Well,
it's,
we know he does in Leon A, but
aye, but
They can again. They fuck up the
the continuity.
the continuity between the two scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do remember in Leon A, as soon as he takes it, that's when it goes. Place is gonna go boom now.
Yeah.
Aye.
Because it's the last failsafe in case the G virus ever got out.
And let's be honest, it's more to keep Umbrella from being implicated in it rather than saving the people it would infect.
Exactly. I mean, they don't even save themselves.
I think that's just a sign of incompetence more than anything.
They hire a 10-year-old girl to work for them. What the hell do you think was going to happen?
They've really gone. I would say they've gone even farther than the standard comic book villain. Like Christmas himself makes fun of that.
You get all your ideas from comic book villains.
Right now. Come on.
And that's after Wesker's cut ties with Umbrella.
On to the last area. The self-destruct sequence has been initiated. All personnel, please proceed to the bottom platform.
Thankfully, the alarm's nowhere near as
Blaring.
obnoxious.
Yes, it's no blaring as it
much
was in the
louder
original. But I do like the original soundtrack when that theme plays that when you're escaping the lab.
Soundtrack in general in the original is just amazing.
Definitely.
The main hall theme is great, but the Save Room theme and G3 are the best tracks.
Yeah.
Come on, Sherry, let's go. Now, the good thing about when you're escorting Sherry compared to the original Resident Evil, in the original Resident Evil, if you went too far, she would stop and go into fetal position.
Yeah,
Oh, for God's sake.
could she get damaged by other enemies as well?
Yes.
Oh god.
Here, however, you can run as far as you want, she'll catch up with you. So I would say in the original Resident Evil 2, she's worse than Ashley. At least with Ashley, you could tell her to hide in a dumpster somewhere and get her
Is there any
car.
way to check her condition in the original? When she's by her side?
I can't remember, but there wasn't that many escort missions to begin with.
Yeah.
Glad I met you.
But obviously, because you're playing as a 12-year-old girl, at
Yeah,
this point,
fight.
you would have a lot of health.
Aye.
Like zombies, for example, in that game, they can only barf on her.
Well, the roaches would disagree.
Like, go up to a zombie. Have you seen my daddy?
No, you say she has a lot of health, though. If 4 more roaches latch
Aye,
on
but they're
to you-
insta-kill. They're brutal.
Yeah.
Right, last area of the game.
They're
Let's
only
escape the
insta-kill
lab.
if 4 of them latch onto you.
Aye.
But the problem is that it's really easy to get stun-locked in the pipe that they appear on.
Right, this is where I'm going to sort out my items for the last time, I believe.
Keep at least one sub-weapon, because there's ivies down here as well.
Well, and also, because of the faster firing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap my pistol back to the Samurai Edge.
You're gonna
Because
need
of the faster firing rate.
You're gonna need a lot of ammo for the upcoming section.
And I need at least 2 inventory spots left for a secret weapon we'll get when we get to the final.
If you're playing the B scenario, you need essentially twice as much ammo as you currently have. For reasons I'll delve into when we get to the B scenario.
And I've also stored the machine gun because I've only got 24 bullets left, so I'm going to use my pistol instead.
Dump the 2 acid rounds and take the free flame rounds.
Well past Andrew, listen to President Stephen.
Dump the 14 handgun bullets and
Where's that samurai? Where's that pistol I want? Come on, Ann. Past me, what are you doing? There we go.
do you have any high-powered rounds left now?
No, I'm only starting with my basic pistol.
Yeah, because if you still have magnum ammo left and you're coming up in the final boss, you use that
I don't have a
shit.
lot of flame rounds, by the way, that's why I'm sticking with the acid. I'm just using whatever I can. And again, the Samurai Edge, because it has more ammo and the faster firing rate than my standard one. These IVs, folks, just ignore them.
This will be up on their feet when you play as Leon, by the way.
You
I
have
hate that.
yeah.
You have to pretty much shoot the bulbs on them to stun them and run by.
At least
does
one-
Leon get everything so much harder?
Because he's Leon.
Even more so in the B scenario.
Yeah, I've just discarded that because I thought I heal myself, but then I'm full away, so I just discarded it.
And then Luigi smokes it. Spark weed every day.
That's how he ends up in Grand
So
Theft
that's
Auto.
why he's green.
Yeah. Then he goes, greed is good. Being greed makes you do wonderful
And
things.
who the hell
He's
got
like, Sherry,
there?
what are you doing?
She's got to climb through the gap on the top of the door and open it from the other side.
You gotta hold off these IVs until then.
Yeah, until she unlocks the door. There's only going to be 2 of them here.
And then Sherry opens the door, and Claire's already lying dead, having half her face chewed away. 'Cause you
Don't
fuck
worry,
up.
these are the last 2 IVs in the game.
Now you're in for a big surprise here when you play as Leon. when you try and leave this area.
Oh, how about that? And when the countdown goes, Protocol 10 will commence in 9 hours. Good girl, Sherry.
You can also run around the little square there as well by baiting the eye here. Now this zombie coming up here in this next room, I think only takes 1 bullet to die.
Yeah, but you can headshot it. I just waste it a little bit until it goes down on on the floor.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you hit it, it only takes 1 bullet to go down.
It's like, stop, he's already dead.
Oh, it's like the Wii U.
Had a girl. Think we're almost out of here.
Now, Leon will be a different... Now, here's the train there with the elevator. That was the original way of getting down into the lab from the sewers. Here it's already here.
I didn't even know there was an item box here. Yes, I completely missed that item box. Don't ask how.
Worth a try.
But here's the kicker. I found the red hair, but I missed the item box.
Missed the item box. Here I'm just gonna... Yeah, that's my last time, and I'm making sure I have at least 2 inventory spots for a secret weapon. Now...
You need another 2 as well.
Now,
so.
the last boss is timed, so if you don't finish the boss within the time limit, the whole place blows up.
You go boom. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen? We ride off into the rainbows with unicorns?
Or wait to Denny's.
Just stay right here, okay?
Right, Sherry, be a good boy.
promise
No,
I
good
won't.
girl. Whoops. Whoops.
Andrew, is there something you're not telling us?
That's the G-virus kicking in. No, that's no,
Wow.
the poison.
That's even worse than the free inventory fuck-ups.
Alright, Sherry, be a good girl and stay in that train. There. Alright, I corrected my mistake.
Something.
Now let's tap into the security cameras.
Right.
Alright, it's
Hey,
Hey,
remember this guy?
Remember him, yeah? Yeah, I think we mentioned this. One of the downsides, Leon and Claire do not interact as much.
I wanted my own fucking time in the spotlight, Claire. Why am I not playable in this playthrough right now?
I know. I found a way out.
M1. What do you suppose the M
We
stand
can all
for?
make it. Where are you now?
Mother?
No.
You're still there?
Leon? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Don't worry about
No,
me.
I need more time in the spotlight. I got barely anything at the start.
Leon!
And then what if Chris Redfield comes in the intercom for a second cameo?
Have any of you seen my panda?
And anyway, last weapon, the minigun.
This was an unlockable special weapon in the original Resident Evil 2. I think you had to get a B or A rank.
Now be careful though, you only have 400 ammo. Once you use it all up, tough.
And on hardcore, you're gonna use all of it up, believe me.
Now here's Claire's final battle. G4.
One thing I hate, Leon doesn't ever fight us.
Plus this is the this is
the Super Tyrant, isn't it?
yeah. This is also a drastic complete redesign compared to how it originally was on the original. It looked more like a lion. This one looks more like an evolved version of G3. Well, as you can tell, the weak spots are the eyes. The
Same
trick,
as always.
yeah, the trick with this is that you don't hold down the button of the minigun. You just tap it and aim for the eyes. Once the eyeball's destroyed, you wait for it to respawn back in, and then just do it rinse and repeat, and that gets rid of the boss, this particular boss, quickly. Now he will climb up the walls, and you can shoot him down, but I didn't want. Yeah, but I didn't want to waste the minigun.
Oh, I have a full-on fire? I must attack.
Well, you can't hear it because of all the noise. Jesus Christ.
That is that. I'll tell you what that is. That's the adaptive difficulty.
Yeah, I need to go back and listen to this. Actually, I can hear the quiet now. So that's all you need to do. Just watch out for his attacks.
The range on some of these attacks is horseshit.
Aye.
But as you can see there, the eyeballs are changing colour.
Does he have any insta-kill attacks? Like
As far as I know, no. I've never been hit by an
He has
insta-kill.
a grab, but I had some weapons ready to break out of it, so...
Do you know the Super Tyrant Leon fights soon as he...
Yeah, insta-kill. Again, Leon gets everything so much harder! And it's really easy to get stuck in a dead game at that fight.
Now, be careful though, the first time he climbs up the wall, he jumps to the train. Every now and then afterwards, he's going to jump to you.
He just wants a hug, right?
Yeah. And hopefully, after this split, he'll be on his last moments.
Now, is it Yeah, 4 minutes and above per player.
Yeah.
Because you
Watch those attacks though.
lose a trophy if you manage to defeat him before you go below 4 minutes if you're playing as Claire. Leon has one for the Super Tyrant as well.
And there we are. This is him on his last limbs. He'll start crawling towards you. At this point, unload
Yeah,
everything.
he pretty much won at that point.
Yeah.
Thing you need to watch out for.
So just keep going. I've only got nine bullets left. And that's it. There you go. I defeat him with just the minigun.
Now, this design of him looks a lot different than it did in the original, where he looked like a wolf.
I talked about that earlier.
Oh. I'm sorry, I was so mad. I was listening
No,
to
he
the awesome music.
He looked more like a lion than a wolf.
Oh.
Like that bit with its covered teeth was like, you know, those big bears of hair that the lions have.
Oh, he had one of the most brutal death scenes in the original. If he actually killed you with his grab attack, he would like impale you on his teeth
Aye,
and then throw
wiggle
you
you about.
around
Aye.
and throw you around like a ragdoll.
Claire! It's okay.
Claire, do you remember that I'm actually a girl?
Claire, you do know how to drive this thing, right?
Aye, with Claire behind the wheels, we're safe. It was Leon, on the other hand.
Oh, fuck you.
It was like, hey, crashing the car this time was not my fault.
There was no zombie in the back seat this time. Believe me.
And that's it. We're safe.
Yeah, and this is the last cutscene. In the A scenario, once you beat G4 or Super Tyrant, the game ends.
Aye, for the A scenario. To see the true ending, you have to do the B scenario.
Yep.
By the way, Leon, we did not see Leon jump into that train, right? We left him behind. Fuck.
No, he tried. No, it'd be funny if we saw him try to jump there and miss the train completely.
Just as it speeds off. Well,
so he's stuck
shit.
So he's stuck in Racket's
Aye.
Eye.
And then it blows up behind him.
Because around this time now, Resident Evil 3 is beginning, I think.
Yes, aye.
Because the beginning of the game is 24 hours before Resident Evil 3.
Aye, and the second half is after.
Shower.
Yeah, so right now, Joe is in quite a bit of a pinch, to say the least.
Claire,
Leon!
Give me my spotlight.
Well, you are gonna get your spotlight.
I told you we'd make it, didn't I?
And that was Claire Redfield's scenario. Overall thoughts?
Claire's scenario is really fun to play. Like, she has it much easier than Leon, I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah, you haven't mentioned that at all throughout this entire playthrough.
What are your thoughts, Sean, since you've never played Resident Evil 2?
Nah, it seems good. I mean, I can tell the graphics. The graphics in this are very impressive.
It's just the graphics. Like,
Aye.
everything about the gameplay is spot on. The
Aye.
atmosphere is incredible.
Aye, atmosphere's great. The character motivations, yeah, great, but the only problem is Leon and Claire don't interact as much. So when they do interact, it feels like, you know, it feels like they know each other, but
Oh,
they'd only
remember
met.
that?
Aye.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Exactly. I just wish there was a little bit more. Like in the original, they actually had a radio to communicate with.
Aye.
You know what's funny about that? Leon actually had to like remind himself about it. I was like, but before I forget, here's a radio.
It's like,
Like,
this
he
would have been
forgot.
much helpful ages ago.
Yeah, that's probably why he said before I forget. He should have said before I forget again. Here's a radio.
Also, can I just point out, this was a no-save run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's almost like you have autosaves to fall back on in this game.
Oh, trust me, if there was a way that I can turn that off, I would have done it. Trust me, I would have done that, because I've played this too many times, and I really enjoyed Resident Evil 2. Definitely one of the best games of the year. Here's your voice cast, by the way.
There we are. There's Karen Strassman, TJ Rotolo. I think Ruben Langdon.
This is where Stephen plays his guessing game of how many names he can
Ruben
point out.
Langdon. There's Ruben Langdon. Todd Habercorn. I don't see any other big names that I reckon. Oh, David Fawn, the RE7 press voice, is there as well.
So that was the first half of Resident Evil 2. So what do we have to look forward to in the next half?
Leon B, and it's time for my time in the spotlight. I'm going to show you guys how it's all done, and we'll see the true ending in that scenario.
So with that, we'll see you guys in the next Let's Play. Well, the next half of this game, the continuation of
of
Resident
Remake
Evil
2.
of Remake 2 with Leon S. Kennedy. See you guys there.